Honestly, I mean, they're one of the best fans in DMV.
Be prepared. Let's check it out.
Okay, University of South Australia researchers are calling for exercise to be a mainstay approach for managing depression, as a new study shows that physical activity is 1.5 times more effective than counseling or the leading medications. Of course it is. And probably, and I don't want to say the cause of anyone's individual depression because there's no way I can know, but I think probably a lot of people are depressed because they're not moving.
Yeah.
I really think it's a requirement. It's a physical requirement.
All facts. And I'm gonna just say this, just from experience. I know a lot of people that I know that were depressed or claim they were depressed. They weren't exercising at the time, or they weren't exercising. Period. Like I know people that have had like mental breakdowns when they stopped their exercise routine, and definitely a lot of depressed people were not exercising regularly. So that's just from what I've seen. I know that's not a scientific study, but even for myself, I know, like I've talked about my college career briefly on here, but I mean, I've had times where, I was frustrated and I felt depressed, times where I wasn't playing a lot. But I know that when I would go to the gym and I would go do extra lifts, or get extra shots up and just keep myself moving, keep myself busy, keep myself active, I felt a lot better, thought a lot clearer, and I had more of a solution-based mindset opposed to just complaining and focusing on the problem. So that's just because when you're in the habit of releasing more endorphins, you're just gonna have a more positive outlook. And so some key things in the article. Physical activity must be prioritized to better manage the growing cases of mental health. And it's funny that they brought that point up with obesity on the rise, with almost, half of our country being obese. So, not even, this is from Australia, but I'm just talking about our country specifically, but I feel like that's very prevalent with what's going on in our country right now. Another thing, higher intensity activity had greater improvements for depression and anxiety. So that's another thing too. A lot of, just like my clients, we do like cardio and full body and like HIIT. We do a little mixture of that on Wednesdays, and the people, they always say like they feel so much better after those workouts when they get those higher intensity workouts in, because a lot of them are moms. They working out at 5 a.m. They going straight to work after that. They don't get a break during the day. So a lot of them feel better after that high intensity. And even myself, like, I get caught up in, lifting the weights, but I got to switch it up. Like even the other day, I just went to the gym. I did some sled work. I'll throw some sprints in there. I'll throw some jump rope in. And, man, I feel great after that. So, I like, there ain't no way I'm stressed after getting one of them workouts in. So I feel that 1,000%. Another key point in this article, all physical activity is beneficial. Yoga, Pilates, walking, resistance training, which is lifting weights, strength training. So with that being said, do your thing. So, a lot of people are scared to lift weights. And at this day and age, there's so much research and knowledge, shouldn't be scared. But if that's the case with a lot of people, do something else. Go to yoga. You can walk. Go outside. Go for a walk. Get on the treadmill. Put the incline on and walk. Go hiking. Sorry, y'all. But there's really no excuse. If you want to improve your mental health, exercise is a big part of that. And even I had a girl, and a lot of people don't be trying to hear this shit for real. I had a girl who missed all of her sessions last week, and I sent her a message. I was like, hey, where you been at? And she was like, hey, life been lifing, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And basically just saying, I guess, I don't know what obstacles going on in her life right now. But I basically told her, I said, look, you might not make it to your session, but at the bare minimum, go get on the treadmill. Do something to clear your mind, to help you. Like you don't want to just be caught up in this cloudy space where you have that anxiety, or you're reacting in an emotional way. You might not end up making the best decision. So I told her, man, go walk on the treadmill. I ain't get a response. But I mean, to be honest though, when people hear that, when they hear you say that, exercise to help their mental, they're not trying to hear that, bro. And it's like people almost get offended. But again, exercise and fitness is one of those things people look for a reason to neglect. But I'm sure you still go to work. I'm sure you still pay the bills. I'm sure you still do family stuff. So, I feel like you could fit in exercise somewhere in between that as well. Let's see. And then, and lastly, the last point they made in here, we hope this review will underscore the need for physical activity, including structured exercise interventions as a mainstay approach for managing depression and anxiety. So pretty much they're just saying that it's needed, and they want to spread the message. So me being in the fitness world, I'm excited that this is getting out there, because I've been preaching this for a while, just off trial and error before there were even any scientific studies, before I saw any scientific studies on it. So, appreciate you, Joe Rogan.
Honestly, they're one of the best fans in DMV.